Don't you know it's magic? Love, baby, it's magic. See a little boy standing there, holding his hand in a featherless hand. Don't you know it's magic? My baby, it's magic. Magic carpet right.
It has been a familiar sight and a familiar cry this year. Modra watermark. In a moment, Tony Modra to talk about the 100th goal yesterday and the match at Princes Park. Adelaide slipping a chance away there. But before that, the goals of the week. Bob and Dennis.
The goal of the week and the goal of the year are proudly sponsored by BP.
Last Sunday at the SCG, Leon Higgins gets this one wide of the pack. Finishes it off from just inside the 50. That's a good goal under pressure.
That's where he likes it. That's a sensational kick for goal.
And now a very quick player from Melbourne. Darren turning himself inside and on his least preferred foot, I think, Dennis, and a beautiful left foot goal.
Great kick, goal.
Darren Cowles.
And at the MCG on Friday night, Essendon against the Swans. Darren Buick, who gets them in clutches. He did that again on Friday night. Great goal on the run.
And we're going to see the master magician in action here. Pele just slipping it through with his left foot there, Gary Ablett, the genius of the one.
Nonchalance in the pocket, same game. Darren Jarman this time. From about 35 metres, sharp angle, and he steers it through. Great goal.
Sensational goal as well.
The late Grace Farmer, look at him. Mark Bairstow from a great distance out, making the fans in the Hickey stand behind there jump up with glee.
And the big man's got mobility here. Peter Everett picks it up, as clean as you like, and from about 45 metres out, bends it back on the breeze. Great kick.
And Collingwood's great white hope, Severio Rocker, there he is, just punching another one through for the Magpies to put them into the finals.
And at last we can say, Bob, it's unanimous between you and I this morning. We've gone for Darren Cowell of Melbourne. That was a great goal. Here it is again. Beats a man with a spin turn on his left foot, about 2 metres in from the boundary line. Sharp angle, and Rodney Grinter helps out right on the goal line.
Well, Bobby, Peter Dacos would have sued you if you'd given that to Gary Ablett today, kicking that one off the ground.
You know I don't do that, Bruce.
They're the goal-kicking progressives. Ablett 116. Will he win the Coleman medal? Well, Modra has one more chance. He's got 3 to play. Ablett's got 2. Modra's on 105. Dunstall 98. Rocker, Longmire and Sumich. Well, what do you think, Neil? Adelaide's credibility as a fair dinkum finals team after yesterday.
No, they worry me. They fumbled like mad in the first quarter. I don't know why. That we're going to ask Tony in a moment. I just don't know why they can't win away from Football Park. But I think it was Fitzroy's extra fitness. I think their legs bleed in the last quarter. And also they didn't mess around with the ball as much as what the Crows did. I gave all the credit in this nail-biter to Robert Shaw. He was cheered when he came into the press conference afterwards, and why not? Because he was able to rev them up in the last quarter where the others died. He also used his players very, very well. He's a master at getting the best or the most out of all his players. Now, he's played McCarthy at half-back, and Ruse, McCarthy and Kavanagh were exceptionally good all day, particularly in the third quarter. He used Manson very well. He had Satori went to the bench, and then Manson came on, and of course he was nice and fresh in the finish.
Well, Neil, if Shaw's getting the best out of his players, what do they need to take that next step and present as a finals contender?
Just a couple more players, and I think a bit of steadiness around the club. I mean, they responded yesterday. Dyson Hall-Lacey's doing the job off the field, and Robert Shaw's doing it on the field. They haven't been far away. They've been terribly competitive.
Neil, talking about the Crows, Nigel Smart, very versatile player. Where did they use him yesterday? Where was he of best value?
Well, Smart had to play on Lynch, of course, and they made a big mistake early. They had young Hart on Lynch, and he gave him too much latitude, and he's far too small. Actually, that's what's wrong with the Crows at the moment. Smart is an excellent centre-half forward and should be left there, but they had to play him on Lynch, and they were one tall short in the finish.
I think Robin's been a big miss to them when you look back, because
has.
he was emerging as a player. We better
and
get
Maynard, of course.
Yes, and Maynard. You better get your votes now.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know.
3-2-1, yeah.
3-2-1. There they are. Jason Ball. Well, they usually are. Tell you what, they named a chicken after you.
That's enough.
3 for Jason Baldwin, who was used off his wing in defence. That was another good ploy. 2 to John McCarthy, who played excellently on the half-back flank. Went to the to centre-half forward just for a smidgen in the last quarter, but back there again. And 1 to Alistair Lynch, who played very straight, strong football that won the match in the last quarter for Fitzroy.
Well, they said in the Adelaide newspaper that Tony Modra's had more photographs taken of him and been more photographs published than the Premier of South Australia, Lynn Arnold. I'm not sure what that says about footy and politics, Tony, but you certainly have been in the public eye. Congratulations on the 100 goals.
Thanks a lot.
They said you'd been in the nervous 90s for 2 or 3 weeks. Was it a nervous 90s for you?
Yeah, it was. I mean, there were a couple there I missed in the 90s, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, I just virtually went on with it, and I'm just grateful that I kicked me 100.
Well, not many people have kicked 100 in a season. What was your immediate thoughts when you were lining up, went back, had the shot and then put it through?
I was just hoping it was go through so we can just get on with the game, really, and hopefully we could lift the side, but unfortunately it just didn't happen that way.
Get the 2 goals out of the way as quickly as possible and then get on with the job.
Yeah, that's right.
Tony, what was the difference between last year when you were a good player, but I felt you just put your toe in the water, and this year when you've really emerged as a coming great?
Yeah, well, I had a taste of this level last year, but unfortunately I had a couple of injuries there where I broke my ribs and so forth, but then I did a hard pre-season and went on from there. This year it was good.
Right.
Tony, did the Crows have too many possessions for the number of kicks? By that, do they have too many handballs before they put the ball in the right place? And is that why they don't play well over here? They fiddle with it a bit too much.
Yeah, not necessarily that. I think we're just lacking confidence when we do play over here. I mean, what we really need to do is we've got to win a few more games over here so we can just get on with the job. I mean, we're just lacking confidence, like I said, and what we're going to do is virtually just just get on with the game.
Believe in yourself. I mean, if you can play well in Adelaide, you've got to keep watching replays of those games because you're playing on a football ground over here, so you've got to believe in yourself.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Tony, what happens to Scotty Hodges now that you're the 100-goal century goal kicker at Adelaide? Is there a spot for him in the side, and how do you go when he plays alongside you in the pocket? How do you approach it in that situation?
Well, it takes the pressure off both of us when he's there, I think, and just hopefully one of us can kick the goals.
Is there a spot in the side for him while you're kicking 100 goals?
I think there is, yes.
Where?
Very diplomatic.
In the forward pocket.
Well, Tony, just going back to the start of the season, did you get an assurance from Graham Corns that you would be the full forward? Was there some security of tenure there for you, or did you just sort of evolve?
Well, at the start of the year, Scotty had the main position, but unfortunately he had an injury at the start of the year, and I just took on from there, and it's just worked out well for me, I suppose.
Tony, where did you get that leap from? Have you been a natural athlete? Were you a high jumper or something?
Oh, I was a bit of a high jumper in my younger days when I was at high school, yeah.
Is it in the family? Because your brother's going for his 100 goals, isn't he, this weekend in Renmark or somewhere?
Yeah, well, he's got about 86. He's got about 4 or 5 games to go, so hopefully he can...
I have to ask you, how much fan mail do you get? How many letters a week?
A fair bit. I try to read them all, but...
Do you answer them all?
Yeah, I answer them all, yeah.
Oh, there you are.
What's a fair bit, Tony? Is it 10, 20, 50?
A minute.
Oh, yeah, about 100 a week, I suppose.
100 a week.
You're resting easy with that at the moment? Is it difficult to concentrate?
No, well, I've got a manager at the moment now, which has helped me out a lot. It helps me concentrate on my football a bit more.
Does he answer the letters?
He's got writer's cramp.
And why didn't you want to talk to the media yesterday after the game?
I was open to the media after the game, so I don't think anyone approached me.
Well, it was incorrectly reported then in the papers today because they said that basically you said you didn't want to talk to the media. Not correct?
No,
well, I'm glad
not
we've
correct.
cleared that up.
What about Zanotti yesterday? Did he worry you?
Any
hard-played
fullbacks worry. I mean, you just got to try to work them out during the game, that's all. And work out their
You
bad
seem to
points.
work Mick Martin out and the Richmond fullbacks. You don't have any trouble with them.
No.
The day and the night issue, Tony, which do you prefer? What about playing a night final? Would you like to play a night final?
Just want to play
I
a
don't think
final.
it'll bother me. Just want to
Doesn't
play
matter
the
one way or
final,
the
that's
other.
what we're worried about.
Well, what's his next ambition? I mean, he's got 100. What's next?
Just hopefully I can continue on with it.
Maybe a finals game would be
Finals
pretty
game.
good.
Yeah.
Tony, thanks for your time. Good luck for the rest of the year.
Thanks a lot.
105 goals so far.